Welcome to the family with
Trackmaster Ralph Tully Basham, MD.
Alex Brandt Bernard Rasmussen.
Sage Robert Rasmussen.
Co-host Catherine Brandt.
Fawn.
Oh, is that your fake voice?
And Andy Rappernard.
So what's new? Is it that has it stopped thundering and lightning and raining and pouring?
Yeah,
and
it
Quite a while
looks
ago.
like it's a little overcast, super humid still, which I was hoping that would have lifted because when I
is it?
looked at the weather and it said it was in the low 70s after being, southern Florida hot and humid yesterday, I thought, oh, I can wear some pants, long sleeves. I did
Still
not
gonna be almost
look
80.
at the humidity. Well, not until late though.
Yeah.
70
later.
sounded cool compared to what it's been.
71 now.
True.
Yeah.
So it's going to be cloudy. It's not going to rain. They said at first they thought it was going to rain again today, but now it's not going to.
Oh.
It's going to be cloudy until about 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, something like that.
I did not watch the news last night. Was there any straight line winds? Was there tornado? Was
We
it
had 60-mile-an-hour winds at our house.
Yeah.
Is that a straight line wind? What's
I
the
don't-
threshold?
I don't know.
No, I don't know either. But
Is it
that's
hot?
pretty high.
1,000 gallons of gallons of water and
Yeah, it's true.
1,000-mile-an-hour wind.
No, honest to God, last night that thunder was so loud, I would fall asleep and then boom,
There-
it would wake me up.
Yeah, there were videos of the state fair being flooded like crazy.
It was closed this morning. I
Yeah,
think,
it
for
was
a while.
flooded. Like people were diving into the water in the streets. It was so deep. Well, not
Gross.
diving, belly flopping.
And
I
the
know,
li-
pretty gross.
The
But
listeners could tell that
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
get any sleep last night because at the beginning of the show this morning, I get on. It's like, so anyway, I was talking to the guy. Whenever I don't sleep, my voice drops about an octave. God, it was very loud, and the flashing lightning was lit up the entire room, even though I got the shades pulled and
that's
everything.
odd because I really didn't hear anything. And
Well,
normally
you
I'm
slept
such a-
through the entire
I'm a light sleeper.
TV show last night.
I was very tired.
Yeah, it woke me up all night long. Seriously, about once an hour it would thunder and wake me up.
I got a text. Is it a text or email? Email this morning from one of the hospitals, Fairview Southdale Hospital.
Oh.
M Health Hospital, Fairview, whatever they call it now. And they were out of power.
Oh
had
dear.
flooding. They were on generators. So everybody, patients who care.
Oh, good.
That's not an issue. They got these giant generators that run. But they had pretty much postponed all treatments and all surgery and all elective stuff that was
Oh.
scheduled today. And they were, I believe they were also diverting patients just because of it, because Edina got hit hard.
Oh,
They got power washed down there.
The fair was delayed opening.
It was.
Yeah.
Well, it would be great because now you go to the fair, it wouldn't stink.
Oh,
Everything's rinsed up.
until it starts heating up.
But that belly flopping into that water, all that
I
stuff,
know.
all
I
the-
can't even.
all the cookies.
None for me.
Yeah, but it's clean now.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, that's true. It's probably that's power washing right there.
I think they opened it maybe an hour and a half late, something like that. I think it is open now, from what I understand.
Okay.
So that's good. People can go out to the Great Minnesota Get Together, which is only now 6 more days long. Tuesday
Through
to
Labor
Monday.
Day.
Yeah.
Through Labor Day. Yeah.
Well, you count today, it's 7 more days, counting today. So there you have it.
Did we ever reflect on why the state fair is now?
Why?
Is it-
Like during the hottest, muggiest, crappiest time of
I
year?
think
Is
it's
it-
because of school starting, and
Yeah.
it was originally sort of an agricultural roots,
Yeah,
right? So,
it's-
the crops are
is this,
in,
or no, they're not in.
or not in.
So
but-
it's the lag between summer work and fall work.
and
because
the
harvest
animals are ready to maybe slaughter. I don't
to
know,
eat.
Slaughter.
Yeah, to consume.
because they're all
Or you like to use the phrase harvest. The
harvested.
harvesting.
Yes, it's
Which
a
one-
nicer word.
Which one of you guys does a great impression of when the family show made an appearance at the state fair about 10 years ago?
Oh,
And the guy said, yeah, they had the potatoes and we had the corn and
sweet corn.
sweet corn,
Pickles.
pickles. Yeah, I went pickles.
He was cute.
He was very, that
We
guy
sell
was great.
sweet corn on the road, so someone coming by sweet corn, potatoes, onions, pickles.
Pickles.
Pickles. That guy was such a nice guy. I
He
wonder if he's still
was.
with us. Probably not.
I wonder where he sold. We never knew where the booth was. We should have.
No, he never
We
did say
could
where
have
the booth
promoted
was.
him better.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's true. He was a
Down
great
the
guy.
road.
Down the road.
It was down
That's
the
where
road.
It was.
Down the road.
Went out there on Saturday. It was a very, very nice day. Everybody showed up to watch the show and then met everybody afterward. Now, Doc.
Yeah.
I see that the COVID and something else is floating around now, right?
Oh yeah, it was floating around in Europe. I had one patient come back with COVID from Europe, but now it's always floating around. It's time of year.
And what's the other thing? There's another thing that's out. Some other virus.
Mpox.
Is it Mpox?
Yeah.
Monkeypox.
And also, its proper name is monkeypox, but apparently it's racist to call it monkeypox.
How is it racist? A monkey? Is it
Because
racist against
I
monkeys?
don't-
Political extremism has driven
Oh,
people
God,
insane.
I suppose.
So we can't. We can't. It'd be xenophobic to call it monkeypox.
Those poor monkeys are
Is-
so offended.
That's right. They're
Monkeys
so
are
offended.
gross. Sorry.
They are gross.
They're gross.
They're gross animals.
So, but
Yeah.
the monkey,
Not that all animals
but
aren't
the
gross, but
monkeypox. I think if you've had, if like you and I, Tom, and maybe Catherine, but she's so much younger, we may be immunized against a smallpox immunization. Gives you immunity.
Yeah.
to
Oh, there
that.
you
So-
go.
I don't know if I was immunized for smallpox. I don't think it was a thing.
Yeah, I think it was.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
think, yeah,
I remember polio. I remember
Yep.
getting a
Oh,
polio
yeah.
shot.
Yeah,
Yep.
then you got smallpox.
smallpox
Oh.
vaccine stopped in 72.
Oh, 1972.
72. That's when it was. Smallpox was
Eradicated.
Well,
smallpox
it does-
was eliminated from the earth,
It does
Mhm.
pop up.
except for in laboratories.
I thought it popped up once in a while. What's the one that
No,
people get every
no.
once in a while?
Measles,
There's a bunch of them.
Is it
but not
Measles
smallpox.
and mumps.
Not smallpox.
No, smallpox is literally it's extinct in the wild.
That's
Oh.
right. Now, God knows that
Wild.
there's probably tons of this virus culture, sitting in some laboratory in Russia, in China, in America, and in every place else. But
California for
don't
sure.
let it out, 'cause it's a bad
Because
actor.
every year or so there's some sort of disease that whips through Disneyland and somewhere in Mexico. Is that measles? I thought it was something that was less common.
Let's
that
go
we
into
don't
There's
have
a
here.
lot
fever.
of them.
Dengue fever. Ooh, that's a Florida
Dengue.
disease.
Hantavirus.
Oh, no, not hantavirus.
That's very rare.
That's very unusual. It's not the plague.
Maybe it's a plague. I don't know.
No, it's not the plague.
Bubonic. Bubonic
Could be a
plague
plague.
or septicemic plague.
Ooh, even better.
It's not fun.
Uh-oh, he smells the food. Off he goes.
Doggy.
Doors open.
It's up high. Don't
food
worry.
smells,
It's
yum,
up
yum.
high.
Got some food smells. Well, the reason I was asking that is because I got hugged about 300 times at the fair on
Maybe
Saturday.
that's why you felt
Yeah.
like you're going to throw up. Maybe
And then-
you got a disease.
I got kissed on the lips once by a woman. Thought that was good too.
Mm.
You don't see that anymore.
Do we do that nowadays? Do we kiss each other on the lips?
I don't know
Casually?
if she did though.
With
No,
after COVID, did we learn nothing?
I don't think that wasn't a practice even before COVID.
I don't.
Not
think
in
so.
Minnesota. Not in Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota. Yeah,
Other
that's true.
places,
Yeah,
people
that's
will
true.
kiss you on the lips.
Well,
but not in
Italians still
Minnesota.
do it.
Yeah, they will kiss you.
There's no doubt about it.
I mean, it's not like a full-on makeout session, but it's just like a
No,
peck
but
on
even
the lip.
Make
In Italy,
out
even men kiss
session.
each other.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
they do.
Lots of cultures they do.
Yep. So there you have it. So the great Minnesota get-togethers got 7 more days, including today.
When are you going, Alex?
I got to figure that out. I don't
Oh, you
know.
don't know when you're going yet?
No, but we
Andy,
will
when are
go.
you going?
The 9-month pregnant wife is not the place.
No,
No,
That's not the
that's
place for
hot,
her.
steamy,
Oh, that would be
gross.
awful.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Literally the
Gross.
worst place for her to go.
Yeah, the weather isn't like you said. It's just too stinky when it's hot and humid like this. I just couldn't handle all the smells. I wouldn't be able to do
a lot of
it.
smell.
You know what I liked about it though? On Saturday, there were about a couple of 100,000 people there.
Oh yeah.
And not one person acting like a jackass that
No.
I saw. They were all very, very pleasant. It's very crowded. I
Yeah.
mean, you run into each other in the street all the time on the sidewalks, but people are very, very pleasant
Yeah.
at the state
You,
fair.
you might be able to find a jackass late at night.
Oh, that's after a few
Let-
In
schweels.
the beer garden.
A few schweels
in
and
the
after
beer
a
garden.
little bit of nefarious activity.
There
Yeah, you could
isn't
find
there
yourself.
isn't that much alcohol there, right? I mean,
Oh,
really, other
yeah.
than
Oh,
no,
there's a
I mean, not like Disney, not like Epcot Center where there's a booze booth every other
No,
step
I think
now.
there is a boost booth every other step.
Is there? In,
Oh,
at the
beer.
fair? I feel like the beer garden.
mixed drinks, everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Everybody's walking
Guess
around
I
with,
haven't
with that sort of
noticed.
stuff.
Last time I was at the fair, I noticed that there were a lot of people were mega high.
Oh yeah.
They were really flying on whatever
is
they
it-
were smoking.
Is there a THC booth? Was there a THC booth at the fair?
Oh, there should
For
be.
I
THC
would've-
drinks?
I would think maybe
Probably.
that they're legal.
But they would be mellow, right? We would
Yeah.
hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you say they were high,
Just, you know,
in
you
what
could
manner
just,
were they high?
they were just walking around with the, you know, half closed eyes, and they just looked like they wanted
They're
to go
mellow.
find a place to
To
fall
eat.
asleep.
Yeah. And I would think that if you're under the influence of THC, State Fair would be a place to be. You get yourself some munchies there.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
no
sure
doubt.
could. That's deep fried everything.
I just
Deep
realized
fried
something.
Everything.
Yesterday, I was talking to my doctor
Were you
friend in
kicked out?
Florida. He
Did you-
called me and I was talking to him. He said, "How you been doing?" I said, "Oh God, I've been phenomenal. Been sleeping like a rock." So that very night, thunderstorm, did not sleep like a rock.
No.
Well, it's going to happen. When
I
you've
brought
got
it
Yeah,
up.
you
noise.
can't. Yeah, I had, between the storm and May jumping in the bed, and then
Oh,
Fawn came in our bed, and then Sage came in
Oh.
our bed. And
May, my God, she is such a, she's like manic.
she's terrified of thunder.
She scratches on the bed sheets and sparks are flying everywhere because she's
Yep.
Stabs
going so
electricity.
fast. You're just like, what are all these sparks? I've never seen that before.
Yeah, stabs
Ever.
electricity.
No, I've never been able to see sparks on
Yeah.
a bed because a dog dug so
She-
fast she was generating
Yeah.
electricity.
Yeah. So I gave her ahead of time her chill pills, which they're just like,
Are they THC?
no, they're not. They're,
Can you give dogs THC?
I have no idea.
Does it do any good?
Oh.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Does it work?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. I know CBD doesn't help
you go. It's the
dogs
funders
with
again.
stuff. I know it helps them with like joint pain.
Yeah,
CBD
That's what
does.
I've heard.
But
Mhm.
anyway, no, they're like, I don't know what's in them.
Chamomile. And,
Yeah, like valerian, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But I got a severe weather alert, and so I gave her 2, and it seemed to really help. She came up on our bed and was a little shaky,
Yeah, she really.
and then kind of
trembles.
started to dig, and then she jumped off the bed and left.
Oh,
So
I had to
don't know.
lock her in the closet when I babysat.
Yes, if she gets really bad, if you just put her bed in our closet, she just hangs out in there. Like,
Yeah.
she doesn't whine. She doesn't try to get out.
Oh.
She doesn't.
It's probably
do anything.
quieter because
Yeah.
of all the clothes, and
Mhm.
it's like that denning instinct.
Yeah, and
So,
it's dark. Yeah, I
Mhm.
started doing that because I was just like,
well, she drives you nuts.
yeah, because she just digs and digs and digs and
And
digs.
she can't get close enough to you. She's so
Yeah.
terrified.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm just gonna try to toss her in the closet and see what happens.
I
And
wonder
she,
what that is about dogs, because my brother's hunting dog was never afraid of thunderstorms until it got older, and then all of a sudden, just
that happened with Bella.
terrified.
Bella was never afraid of thunderstorms. I think it's because they start losing their hearing, and then it's just
Yeah,
kind of
they
like
don't
an
know what's
erratic
going on.
noise coming from somewhere.
But
and
some
it freaks
dogs,
them
like
out.
May's, got perfect hearing, and she's a disaster.
I don't know, but she's been afraid of thunderstorms or her as long as we've had
Yeah.
her.
Yeah,
I
so
don't
I
know.
May's
mean,
not
yeah.
exactly a calm dog.
No.
Apparently, some parts of California don't get thunder.
Really?
Is that true? I guess you need to move there.
No thunder ever.
No thunder ever. No.
Huh.
I don't know.
Someplace it's uncommon in California.
Uncommon.
But-
I don't know. There was a video of this guy on their ring light, and his kids were playing outside, and they moved from California, I don't know where in California, to Florida, and there was thunder, and his
yeah.
kids freaked out like it was the end of the world because they didn't know what thunder was.
No, that's because they'd never heard it.
It's just the
Yeah,
angels
but it's-
bowling.
Yeah, it's the
It's
angels
not
bowling. But yeah, I was
scary.
like, what? Because I mean, we get thunder constantly in
Yeah.
the summer.
Yeah. Well, the kids freaked out because the guy freaked out.
Yeah,
Kids,
but they were all just like,
just like dogs.
I was like, oh,
Some areas it doesn't rain that much, so
Yeah.
I suppose if you go through a
Yeah.
thunderstorm, it's going to seem very intense.
In the desert, you don't get a lot of thunder.
No,
yeah.
In California is kind of arid.
well, it's like the
Area.
first time I saw a sandstorm in Arizona. That was pretty freaky. I'm like, should we all go underground? I don't
Yeah,
know.
what do
Can
we
we
do?
breathe when this thing comes
Right.
by?
Wow.
Ew.
Get the air filter pumping.
Yeah.
All right. We also have to talk about spending time at home with your loved one, just having a great
What
time.
did I do?
I was gonna say,
Watching
what'd you do?
Murdoch Mysteries last night, a really, really great episode. And Catherine was just glued to the TV. Found out she was glued to the TV because she was asleep the entire hour. She didn't see 1 minute of it. She was asleep, but I couldn't tell because the pillow kind of wrapped around her head and blocked her face to me.
Oh.
So I couldn't tell she was sleeping.
That's my secret.
That's your secret.
That's the way to do
My
it.
before go to bed nap.
There you go.
So I wake her up at 9 o'clock and she goes, "I'm going to bed." I go,
I've
"Okay."
been a serious insomniac for a couple of weeks now. So every late
Moving,
afternoon, I
yeah.
start getting seriously tired, and I have to power through. And then by 10 o'clock, I'm wide awake again. So it's
Yeah.
just great.
Get your second wind.
Love that.
It's interesting how this change in light affects you.
Oh,
as well.
God.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I think that those cues, as you get older, become more intense.
Yeah. What doesn't?
You know, but that in particular, because it's just right now, and I'm thinking it's 7:30 at night. Man, is it? What time is it? Well, it's 7:30. It's not 10:30.
Yeah. And I was
7:30.
like, why isn't it time to go to bed? It's 7.
That's
I
right.
feel like
Yeah.
it's 10 o'clock at night and it's only 7.
So unless you're queuing on your TV, see, now we don't have the regular scheduled TV shows, because if you had regular scheduled
That's
TV shows,
true.
you know, you'd be watching. You'd finish your shows. What it would be at like 10
Yeah, that's
o'clock.
true.
Then you
So-
watch the news and you go to bed.
This would be the time to put the satellites on, or is it too early in the year? for the
It's way
satellites?
too early.
Never too early to put
Yeah, there you go. It's
Middle of
never too
summer is
early.
probably not.
Always have them.
Because I mean, it seems like just a couple of days ago it was late until 10, and now it's only late until 8.
Andy, we're not middle of summer. We're end of
No,
summer.
we're very at the end.
Weather-wise, we're in the middle of summer.
Yeah, it
We're
does
the-
feel
Oh, we
like
have
that.
another
Horrible.
month.
We have a whole nother month.
oh,
God, Catherine and I walked out
You're
the
dreaming.
front door of the building yesterday. It was so incredibly hot.
Well, I can't wait till the end of
Whoa.
summer. Are you kidding me?
Andy doesn't
Man,
like
it was
being
hot.
My least favorite season, summer.
Well, August was always when we moved here from Wyoming, we didn't have this humidity and all this stuff. And I
Mhm.
just remember roasting to death because we didn't have air conditioning.
Yeah.
Ugh.
We were in a converted farmhouse. All the kids' bedrooms were upstairs. Who knows if there was any insulation up there
Yeah,
or not? I don't know.
exactly.
We were just drenched in sweat all through August because it was so horribly hot up there.
Mhm.
I mean, we were all dying. I had a fan in my bedroom, which my brothers would steal, and I'd get up and steal it back.
You know, in our house,
One fan, 4 kids.
Yeah.
in our house in Eau Claire and in my daughter's house in Denver, they have a milk house fan in the attic.
Oh,
And
yeah,
this is-
that makes sense.
and this is a high volume fan.
Sure.
So what you do is you hit that fan, open all the windows, and it just whatever air is outside gets sucked in. It's cooler at night, and you just evacuate all the air right out of the house.
That's a
Yeah.
yeah.
In a
Yeah,
second.
you can do that in a dry climate like that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you can do it here. I mean, in the evenings, it was humid, sticky, but it wasn't like that hot at night. It would cool off at night.
My brother, he lives in Arizona, and I'm sorry, Colorado too, and he's got something called a swamp cooler.
Yeah,
yeah, an
they use
evaporative
those
cooler.
in very dry environments.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Sort of so that would be like Legionnaire's heaven.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, there's swamp cooler. My mother used to have a swamp cooler in Arizona.
Swamp
It
cooler.
uses evaporative cooling
Yeah,
to
it has these
cool.
big giant pads made of Excelsior or of actually shredded pine, and the water
Oh.
drips down on that,
Mhm.
sucks the air through it, evaporates the water. Water drains down. It just continually
Yeah.
runs. With
you
some
got to
water.
clean those a lot.
No,
Though.
you got to replace them because they get
well, yeah, you got to replace the
Knowing
wick,
my
but you have to like
brother.
clean the whole unit.
Jeff's never replaced it ever or cleaned it.
That's
Yeah.
that's why it's called Legionnaire's disease. They had a swamp cooler. Legionella got in there, killed a bunch of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know,
Every
so why
s-
does that go? Why does that go through cruise ships?
what Legionnaire's disease?
Yeah, isn't that what you get
No.
in cruise ships?
No, you get
You get all sorts of things,
you
but
get-
not Legionnaire's.
get,
Oh,
disease.
I thought you got loot.
you get the
Legionnaires
puking
is
virus,
like standing water.
Yeah,
standing
type. No,
water.
But like
Remember
you
how
hear
Becky was-
conventions getting it, right?
Yeah, that was the
Am I-
convention story. But that was not cruise ship.
Well,
Cruise ship convention.
all
Same
right.
starts with the same letter.
Remember when we were in
I'll give you that.
London and the air conditioner was flooding water everywhere in our hotel room, and Becky constantly was talking about getting Legionnaires.
yes.
well, it could happen.
Yeah. Yeah, we were staying in a hotel in an old hotel that didn't have air conditioning, as a lot of European cities don't have air conditioning
No.
in hardly anywhere.
Yeah.
And so they brought in one that had the big tube that you throw out the window.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and it just was leaking everywhere. It was just a nightmare.
Well, at least they didn't bring in a fan with an ice cube.
Hey, that might have been better.
Yeah.
All right, now that the kids are both in here, I can do it. We took a survey on the morning show this morning. There are 3 things, so both you kids have to listen to this too, because you have to vote on this. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
Your
apparently, you've just really stressed Sage out. He
can't
just
believe it.
He's too stressed out to
just
answer
ran
my
over
question.
to
Yes
the
or no.
wall and slumped his shoulders. He's just too stressed
Can't
out.
do it.
It's too
Okay.
much.
With the 4, and by the way, there's one part of it that changes up here, but Coca-Cola, Diet Coke, Pepsi-Cola, Diet Pepsi.
Hmm.
Which do you? Okay, we'll start with Andy. Do you like regular Coke or Diet Coke, regular Pepsi or Diet Pepsi?
I don't drink diet anything.
Okay, so regular Pepsi, regular Coke. Which one do you like better?
On its own, Coke, but with pizza, Pepsi.
Well, see, now that's see, people have been saying that. Now I have one more question for you.
Huh.
What about Mexican Coca-Cola?
Well, yeah, of course. That's better than the standard plastic bottle stuff.
It definitely
Yeah.
is. So Mexican Coca-Cola.
No question.
Okay, Nana,
Hmm. I agree.
you agree with everything he said?
I do.
Regular Coke, but you don't drink any diet beverages either.
I don't.
So you like regular Coke and Mexican Coke.
Yeah. If I was going to drink it.
Okay,
I
Fawny,
would.
regular Coke, Diet Coke. What do you like best?
Did
She
you
doesn't ever
had
get
Coke or
Coke.
Pepsi?
Never had Coke or Pepsi in her life?
They've had Sprite.
Change
You've
that.
had Sprite and root beer.
Change
Sprite.
that,
Okay,
Grandpa.
Sprite and root beer. What's your favorite?
You can't
You can't
decide.
decide.
Well, they're very different.
They're so
Like Coke
different.
and Pepsi are so similar, but
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
Sprite
that's-
and root beer are very different.
I know, and that's easier to make a decision. It was different.
Sprite or
Because you like
Bubble Up.
Yeah,
They
Sprite or
make
Bubble Up.
anymore.
Well, they
Oh,
changed
Bubble
they
Up.
changed Sierra Mist to
There we
Sprite
go.
or
7-Up is still a thing. Okay, so which one is better, Sprite or 7-Up?
I don't know that they've ever had 7-Up.
Yeah, we have.
Oh, you have?
Clandestinely.
Well, now they changed Sierra Mist to Starry. It's called Starry
That's
now.
Sierra Mist?
Yeah, it's Sierra
Oh.
Mist. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's like the same thing as Sprite, but with a different name.
Yeah, Starry and Sprite are basically the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they are?
Yeah,
Well, so
like
are
Sierra
7-Up and
Mist.
Sprite.
Yeah, and 7-Up. and
I could
Sprite
not
are
tell you the
same.
difference between 7-Up and Sprite.
I think one's sweeter.
I feel
I feel
like
like one is
7-Up is more limey too, maybe.
Yeah.
Don't say limey. It's an insult to all
Well, that's-
English.
that's-
that's-
all
it's
British.
triggering me.
Okay. Anyway,
Okay, Alex.
I have not had a.
If I would
Coke.
choose between like Sprite, 7-Up, or Squirt,
Squirt.
would-
Oh, Squirt.
Squirt.
or Starry, I would probably.
Come here. You would what?
I would probably choose
Choose. Such a kid thing to do.
Squirt.
Squirt. You
I
like
think
Squirt?
that's the
I didn't know
sweetest
Squirt
one.
was still a thing.
Squirt's
Okay.
delicious.
That's the
Okay.
sweetest one,
Well,
I
it
think.
tastes like grapefruit.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's got-
Squirt's good. Why are you poking me in the face with your tiny child finger?
Because he wants to speak.
Okay.
And it's because Squirt makes you burp a lot after you drink it.
Oh, you like that, do you?
Oh boy.
By the way, I'd like to, for people listening today who didn't hear the show yesterday, there was a woman at State Fair said her favorite shows are when Fawn and Sage are on.
And we said, what are you,
Oh, look
nuts?
at these two dancing around down
What are
there
you
now.
nuts?
I said,
I
why? We're getting rid of both of them.
well next week they go to school.
That's right, they go to school.
Tomorrow's their last
yeah,
show.
Last show.
Oh, that's right. It'll be tomorrow's last show for 9 months.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure there'll be
Oh, there'll be days.
random days like they don't have school on voting day
Oh, that's right. Because they're a
because
polling
their
station.
school's a
or
polling place.
Oh, there you go.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't really drink colas. I don't like them very much.
A lot of people do not drink cola anymore,
Like
and it's all I drink.
I like a root beer float.
Mhm.
If I'm gonna have like a brown colored soda, I'd have a root beer float, but I wouldn't just drink a root beer.
Yeah, I agree.
I really like the Olipop version of cream soda.
I hate Olipop. It's disgusting.
Oh, really?
Melissa likes it, but I just.
I really like the cream soda and the root beer. They're both really good because
Are
they're
they
not
too sweet,
as
Andy?
they're not as sweet
Oh, they're
as
not,
like a
okay.
regular cream soda.
Well,
or a
Olipop's got
regular
a
root
bunch of
beer.
artificial sweetener in it.
It's got
Bleh.
stevia. and monk fruit. So
Oh.
it's not artificial.
It's kind of mind blowing how many drink options there
I know,
are.
it's
now,
insane.
It
yeah.
is.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it is ridiculous. Like every time I go to the grocery store, there's another 10 sodas. It's like, do we
Yeah.
need this many sodas?
No,
yeah,
they're
'cause there's-
renaming them, Andy.
Well,
they
they're-
just
they
renaming
No,
don't
but
them.
no, it
do
is,
that.
and especially like the healthy quote unquote sodas, like Olipop,
Yeah.
Poppy. There's pop culture. They're all like, probiotics.
yeah,
Prebiotics. All
Oh,
this
yeah,
stuff.
that's like American Spirit cigarettes.
yeah.
Oh, they're natural. Oh,
Yeah,
they're natural.
they're
They're a
organic.
healthy cigarette.
For
It
real.
helps
A
you
healthy
smoke.
cigarette.
Well, all tobacco is natural.
That is
Oh,
true.
of course.
Tobacco is natural.
It is.
Yeah, but it's
the
like-
chemicals they spray on afterwards.
Yeah,
that
we
get
went
you.
to the new Kowalski's in Edina, and yeah, there's a whole giant section of
I know.
like the quote unquote healthier sodas
Go to
of just
Costco,
tons of
there's-
different
yeah.
brands. I was like, whoa,
It's like
this is
Zevia.
wild.
Is that one of them?
Yeah,
Yeah, Zevia would be one of them.
Zevia is
I
one
like
of
some of
them.
the Zevia
Yeah,
stuff.
I've heard
Yeah.
I've heard good things about that Kowalski's in Edina.
yeah. We had Sage wanted a little pizza. We went there when Fawn slept over at your house last week.
Oh,
Sage wanted a little pizza. I got something on they have a hibachi thing that you can order.
sure.
And then Dan got a Reuben. And so we each got
I
our
like a
own
Reuben.
different thing. Oh, and there's a smoothie place. So Sage got a big smoothie.
Is this the
So, yeah.
Kowalski's at Fairview South or at
Southdale, yeah.
Southdale?
Mhm.
There you go.
What
makes
did it
sense.
replace? Or did they build a new thing?
I don't know, but they
Because
In-
Southdale
in
is
that-
a
in that-
ghost town.
and that yeah, but
Gosh,
yet
that mall
they have
is-
this big banner that says, "Oh, Burberry's is coming in," and all these designers are coming in these designer stores.
Southdale.
And what
good
they're
luck.
doing, they are giving away the space.
Oh, are they really?
I'm willing to bet they're giving away
Oh,
the space because
probably.
it's a ghost. Otherwise, this place is going under.
It's actually not bad for adults' clothes. Like there's a Madewell, there's a J. Crew.
Where are we
there's
talking?
Southdale
I was
Mall.
out though.
Right? No, but there's not enough stuff as a mall. Yeah,
But
there
yeah,
might be adult
it's-
stuff,
yeah.
but there's not enough stuff to keep a mall
But
going.
like we went there to look for back to school clothes for Fawn. We went to the Macy's and it had some cute stuff, but not a ton.
And nothing was
and-
on sale for like back
No.
to school things.
No.
Just nothing.
Yeah, nothing. And then there's not a single other kids clothing store.
No.
Or there was that one weird place,
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was
So that's you make,
Kids or something, where it was just like, what is
Yeah,
all
who's
this
buying this?
stuff?
Yeah.
it
so
was
they got to
really
fill
strange.
those. They have to fill those places with something.
they're gonna have to
Yeah.
fill it with
Yeah.
something.
So they're filling it with a health club. They're filling it with a grocery store.
Yeah,
and when was the last
lifetime.
time you saw a grocery store in a mall?
right.
No, it's
I know,
true.
it's
You're
weird.
right.
That is
Yeah.
But
weird.
that
Yeah,
is a
there
nice
is-
Kowalski. That's a
There's
big
usually one
Kowalski's.
buy it, but not.
Yeah.
Well,
There's a lot of good. That Rustica's delicious.
Yeah, that's
There's
been there a
Yumi-
long time.
Yumi
Is
Sushi's
PF
right there,
Chang
which is
still there
good.
in the.
I don't know. I think so. Yeah, I think there's a PF Chang's and a Cheesecake Factory.
Okay.
I think are
Okay.
still
Yeah, I
there.
think they're still there.
I know
but
there's a DMV in there.
People's
Yeah,
Organic.
oh, yeah.
is
So,
there.
so when
That's-
when have you seen a Hennepin County office in a mall?
It's the best. That's the only one I go
It's
to.
the
No,
best.
seriously. There's like hardly ever any wait. If I've ever had to do any DMV anything, I've gone there and I've had fantastic luck
Yeah.
every
We
time.
went there during COVID to get our enhanced security driver's license
yeah,
straightened
the-
away, and we
Yeah.
had moved and we had to do an address change. So we thought we would just do it all at one time, and it was, I think, 3 months before we could get an appointment.
Well, there was a weird COVID time
Yeah.
because I think
Oh,
there
well,
was
the government shut down for so
Yeah,
long.
yeah. And then you couldn't do anything for a long time, and then I think there were spacing appointments,
It
and
was
you couldn't
insane.
and you couldn't come and sit and wait,
Nope.
so you had to make an appointment. Yeah, it was that
If
was
you-
ridiculous.
If you look at malls, except in the most affluent areas like Beverly Hills, Las
Mhm.
Vegas, if you look at malls, they are in their death throes
Yeah,
because you
Really,
can see
even
them-
in Vegas?
Yeah.
You can see no.
No, you
Well,
said
you can
except
see
in
even in
Vegas. Oh,
Vegas to a
except.
certain extent. You see this one store will close, and then further down on the food chain, another one would open.
Yep.
So you switch from a t-shirt shop to like a throwaway jewelry shop,
Mhm.
and it
Oh,
goes to a hat
yeah.
shop.
Mall entropy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it is just they are just well, and even at the one mall Ridgedale, the
That's still pretty
center
popular.
center kiosks are shutting down.
Are
Yep.
they?
So Jamba Juice left.
no, Jamba Juice
They're
is still
cut-
there. Sage just got a Jamba
Yeah,
Juice
we were
there.
just there.
at Ridgedale?
Yeah, it was open.
Yep, Jamba Juice is
Okay.
Oh,
still there.
Ridgedale, most of it still is open.
Yeah,
Yeah, Ridgedale
Ridge-
actually was.
Ridge-
Oh, the
out of
cookie place
all
closed.
the
There's a cookie place, giant cookie
Oh,
place.
the T-Rex cookies or whatever,
Yeah,
they're
that's
gone.
Oh, there was one
I-
of those.
Yep.
At, oh,
Or
don't even
monster
know what that
cookies,
is.
one of the two. I don't know.
One of the two.
I've never
Just a
even heard of
huge
T-Rex.
cookie.
It's a weird.
cookie.
they're like this big.
It's a weird aberration. You look and you look.
Oh.
If you're really critical, you say, "Oh, it's weird." And there's a lot of mall space.
Yes,
Holy
there is.
cow.
Was it Eden Prairie Mall has been a ghost town for 15 years,
I-
12 years.
We went to a birthday party for one of Sage's classmates a couple weeks ago, and one of the moms dropped her son off and then was like, "Oh, can you keep an eye on him? I'm going to take my other kids somewhere because they can't go in and play and whatever." I was like, "Sure." And she said that they went to the Burnsville Mall, and she said that there were 2 stores
2 stores
that
in the
were
Burnsville
that
Mall.
were open
Oh my god!
There's
on I think it was it was Friday early evening, I think.
there are YouTube channels that follow this stuff, and what they do is
Yep.
they'll go into a mall where it'll only have 2 stores open, and they'll go through and they'll show this sort of the rotting of this
Yep.
mall where plants aren't taken care of. But yeah, there's malls all over the United States that are just like that. They're just dead. There's nothing in them. One store.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
that's
it's
weird.
largely because teenagers have things to do other than go hang out at the mall these days. It's like, why go hang out at the mall when I can play Fortnite all day?
That's
My
right.
6
Yeah.
and 8-year-old have too much to do.
Yeah,
to
you might
go
be
to
the
a
last.
mall.
You're probably the last generation that got dropped off at the mall, went
Yeah.
to a movie,
Yep.
did a little shopping,
Definitely.
and got
Well, there's-
picked up.
Well, there's no movie theaters at malls.
Eden Prairie has one.
Eden
There was
Prairie.
Southdale
usually a
has
movie
one.
theater close to the mall.
Southdale has one.
Southdale has one.
Southdale still
It's
has
terrible
one.
though. I hate it. I
Well,
avoid going
there
to
you go.
Southdale
It's
Mall.
are the chairs sticky?
Yeah,
Too
everything's sticky.
much-
The chairs
too
are
much sugar
uncomfortable.
soda
I
spilled
went to
on
the AMC in St. Louis Park is now a man or a Marcus.
Which one?
It's a Marcus.
Where are we?
It's a Marcus.
Like location wise?
in St. Louis Park, I said.
Yeah, I know, but where is it?
At which
I
St.
can't
Louis
think
Park?
of where it
The
is.
St. Louis Park?
AMC
It's a
St.
block
Louis
from
Park.
here.
It's right here.
Oh, that
the
one. I thought
only-
that closed a long
That's
time
West
ago.
End.
They
No,
opened
it's
it up
free.
again.
It's not an
Oh,
AMC anymore.
oh,
Now
oh,
it's a
oh.
Marcus.
Oh, okay.
And I just went there to go see that It Ends With Us movie. And I was like, I'm so spoiled with the Shakopee
Well, that one was always
movie
nice.
theater. It's so nice.
the one here was nice.
It's nice. Like it's still a well kept movie theater, but the chairs were. I was like, this is the chair. This is pathetic. Why is this not cushy and recline all the
With
way
heat.
back? Because
heat.
I am so spoiled from our movie theater near
That is
our
a-
house.
that
It's
is probably the best
So
movie theater.
nice, and the chairs are so comfortable.
Yeah.
And I sat down. I was like, this doesn't even recline. I was like, but yeah. So now that's not an AMC anymore.
All
Oh.
right. So now after a half an hour, I can finish my question to
Oh,
Ralph.
we're still on that.
No,
Sorry.
Between
Back to-
Coke, Pepsi, Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi,
Mexican Coke,
Mexico.
Mexican Coke, straight up.
Yep.
All of the cane sugar you can put in it.
Yep.
And then I'm going to go with Andy, Pepsi with pizza.
Mhm.
Yeah,
There's
Pepsi. It's,
something
it's
with this
sweeter and it's also more watery.
Right,
Somehow.
more watery.
So you
it's not
combine
thick.
them with something
Yeah.
very salty. It's
That's
a good,
good.
combo.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, good
Mhm.
comment. There might be a
So
little
good we
some
wrapped it up.
spice in there that
Yeah,
complements
It
the
just-
pizza
I don't know.
sauce or some sort
Yeah.
of thing.
it
I-
meshes.
I have not had a sip of Pepsi, and I can't even tell you.
I have a
how
Pepsi
long.
every like 6 months.
I've had.
And a few times a year I want one, and I don't know why.
Yeah,
I've probably
the
had
same
sips
way.
of Coke. Because every once in a while, Dan.
I feel like Coke is just too sweet.
every once in a while, like twice a year, Dan will
Thick.
order a Coke if we're like out at dinner or at a wedding or something. He'll just get a Coke. And so I'll have a sip of it, and I'm like, well, I'm good.
Didn't they manufacture a Coke that had sugar and stevia or
yeah,
something
Coke
in it?
Green or whatever. Coke Life.
Is that still a thing?
Oh yeah.
Coke
I don't
Life?
think
To try
so.
to
I
cut
think it was
down on the
called-
sugar?
Yeah, Coca-Cola Life. No, that is gone.
Oh, because when everybody was going on the
I remember it was
sugar-free
good.
diets,
Actually, it was
you know,
good.
Health train.
the health train, yeah, they were trying to catch up.
Yeah.
Well,
but then
they-
there's the people
yeah.
that's like, there's still caramel color in it, and there's still like all that stuff.
Oh,
And
it's
like
garbage.
people-
Caramel color's not bad.
It's
but I
all
just mean
garbage.
like it's all
Well,
soda's just not
caramel
it's not-
color's
Why
not
don't they just put
bad.
caramel in it? There you go.
delicious.
Well, that's what a caramel color is.
Okay.
They just
I saw
No
a
wonder.
thing on Instagram the other day, and I really want to try it. It was olive oil and maple syrup, and you just stir it until it like emulsifies, and
Yeah.
it apparently turns into like delicious caramel. I don't know if that's accurate.
I don't.
But
think
I'm gonna
that's
try
That
it.
doesn't make sense.
I know it doesn't make sense, but it's this whole viral thing, I guess.
Ugh.
You need to put some lecithin in
TikTok.
there to emulsify it
So I'm
properly.
gonna try. I don't know. I'm gonna try. I'm like, you don't need to heat it up at all. This doesn't make any
Yeah,
sense.
put an egg yolk in with it and whip it up.
This
and
doesn't
you'd
make
have
any.
pudding.
Okay, let me check. Olive
Make a
oil.
meringue out of it.
What's the new trend?
Oil, maple.
Syrup.
I'm telling you,
Syrup,
if you
caramel.
just
It's- I
put
didn't
enough
even
weird
need to-
stuff on TikTok, eventually
Oh,
you'll
of
just
course.
go
Well,
viral.
2
there's-
ingredient, no cook caramel seems too good to be true.
Sure does. Yeah, caramel
But is
color
it?
is made out of just heating sugar,
That's right. Well,
so
didn't
it's
you, well,
Yeah.
completely natural.
yeah,
Well, there you
natural.
go.
It's just you heat it. What
Well,
you do is
people
you heat
just
it up
see
until it
coloring.
almost turns
Freak out.
black. Then you dilute it with water. That's it.
Yeah.
There you go. There's no sweetness to it.
Huh.
The sugar is lost. All the
And we know you love Diet Pepsi.
We know you love
Wild cherry.
Diet Wild
Pepsi.
Cherry
Cherry
Pepsi.
Pepsi.
Yep.
If you can
Ooh.
Done
find
the
it.
same
I
thing for
think
30
he's-
years.
But
Oh,
that's
Made-
a hard thing
Somebody-
to find.
I think, you know
I
how
someone
most-
found some here. I'm looking behind that screen.
Hey.
Most humans'
Hey.
bodies are how much water?
Uh,
90 something?
No.
What's that?
it's anything between 70 and 90%, depending
Yeah.
on who you
Well,
ask.
Dad's is 70 to 90% Diet Wild Cherry Pepsi.
Exactly.
Definitely.
It's all true. And also, my heart beats 100,000 times a day. I know that.
That's great.
I was counting one day. I should mention, by the way, the very first mall in the world was Southdale. Did
In
you
the
know that?
world?
I thought the very
In
first
the
mall in the world
world.
was like a bunch of people with tents
Oh,
on a
I-
street in Arabia.
Well, that wasn't really a
Ancient
mall.
Arabia.
You know,
Let's talk about a building.
I think you're right, but there's also some claim to fame of Woodfield Mall in outside Chicago. Woodfield Mall.
Yeah, Southdale.
Of course,
was
there's
very-
probably 100 malls.
Southdale was
There's
the first totally enclosed shopping center
Enclosed
in the
shopping
nation.
center,
in the
Right.
world, I think.
In the it says nation. I don't know about
Yeah.
world. It's hard to say.
totally enclosed. Wow.
Look
So
at
really,
us.
the mall, that is the mall concept.
The
Look
Dayton
at
family
us.
built it.
Well, I don't because when I
Did they
think
really?
mall,
Wow.
like I don't know, some malls are not totally enclosed.
No,
It's-
there's strip malls. There's
Well,
all-
yeah, there's
Yeah.
the outlet malls that
Yeah.
are
But
all
this is the first
open.
one enclosed. That was
Yes.
the key.
Totally
Air conditioned,
enclosed.
enclosed.
Well, in Minnesota, it's kind of
In the winter.
Kind of
thank
necessary.
God for.
Well, that's the thing. It's like
enclosed malls.
Florida doesn't really have too many enclosed shopping malls because it's like nice all the time.
Yeah.
So what does it matter? But in Minnesota, yeah, it's like go to an open air anything in January
I
and see
think
how
there's-
long you last.
There's more
Mhm.
enclosed malls than you think just for the air conditioning for this in the summer.
That does.
Yeah, but
That's a
their
thing.
malls seem to be doing all right. And I don't know if that's just because there's tourism. I mean, you go to that outlet mall. my
Tourism
God,
is a
it's
big-
packed all
Well,
the time.
That's the reason the Mall of America exists is because of tourism.
Yeah.
They took out
Yep.
the tourist dollar because Minnesotans don't go to the Mall of America almost never.
Well, the last time I was there, not that I go, it was starting to degenerate too. You can see the stores.
Oh,
the quality
really?
of the stores.
I haven't been
really?
there in.
Just
well, it's
looking
so
odd.
massive.
Just bizarre.
I haven't been there since I worked at the House of Comedy. So
Oh,
what's that
really?
like 15 years ago?
If I go to the Mall of America, which I do maybe once every 2 years, I just drive right to the Nordstrom, go in,
Mhm.
pick up whatever I've ordered, and leave.
Yeah.
And there was another store there that I don't think is there anymore, and I just don't go.
We went.
I'm not walking 4 miles to go,
Mm.
pick up anything.
Fawn wanted to go to Nickelodeon Universe.
Well, yeah,
for her
it's
birthday.
For kids, there's a lot to do.
I'd say I could probably go like twice a year.
Don't they have like Legoland or something too?
Yeah.
There's a big Lego store,
They
Oh,
used
which
to
I've
have
never
Legoland.
been in.
No. Huh.
They have Crayola, that Crayola experience place, which I also have never been in.
They had
because
that Build
Melissa bought us
Yep.
the gift
Yeah.
certificates to go there, and I was so excited. And then COVID happened, and it
Oh,
shut
yeah.
down, and then they didn't let us like renew them.
Really?
Yeah.
That seems
They expired, and they
that's
were like, "Too
kind
bad."
of
I was
that's
like,
scammy.
scam. That's real
yeah,
scammy.
for real.
you know, I was like, I really wanted to go. I was very excited because I've never been there before. And I asked her, I was like, can I have these? Can the kids have these for Christmas? Because I really want to go to this place because I've heard it's really cool.
Do they still have
And
that
then
little
the world
kids
shut down.
spa?
Yeah,
Kids
Fawn went
spa.
there for her birthday.
They
We
still
did the
have
kids
that.
spa and rides. And every year at National Night Out, the firefighters come and they hand out Nickelodeon Universe, like, you don't know how many ride passes are on the
Mm.
pass. And last year we got one and it was unlimited rides for a day.
Oh,
See?
Wow.
And so we went with Erin and her family and thinking, oh, we might get 10 rides out of this thing. And everybody just used the one pass because it was unlimited rides all day long.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay,
Because
there
you
was
didn't know until you scanned it.
there was a TV show based on the Mall of America. What did the TV show focus on? I think it was on for 2 years. What did it focus on?
Speed
Mall cop?
shopping.
Yep. It was the police department at the Mall of America.
I'm sure
There
they deal
was
with-
always something happening out there. I'll
I'm sure
tell
they
you
deal
that.
with all sorts of stuff.
Oh, can you
there's-
believe having that
there's
job?
been a lot of nasty stuff
Yeah,
that went on over there.
They also have a police department. It's a police show just on Vegas.
Oh, on
On
Vegas.
Vegas.
Yep,
Vegas
that's
trip.
good.
Oh,
And
that's
then picking
right.
people up. Oh man,
It is amazing.
It is bizarre.
We were at Nickelodeon Universe probably 3 years ago in the Paw Patrol area. There's just like a little area where you can go in and climb around for like 15 minutes. It's for kind of like littler kids.
Yeah.
And there was an unhoused person
An unhoused person
walking
there.
around. And then all of a sudden he just, apparently, I didn't see it, Dan did, just pulled his pants down.
Yeah,
Just
that's
completely exposed himself
Sure.
in the corner near there. Like the
welcome
kids
to
didn't see
the
it,
Mall of
and I
America.
didn't see it, but Dan was like, yep, that guy's just.
No, maybe he had an itch.
Like,
You were
okay.
trying to share why.
That could be.
Maybe he had an
But
itch.
then the cops came and escorted him out. And,
Oh,
Well, leaving the wedding on Friday night, your mom and I saw
Oh,
a guy
yeah.
screaming at God.
yeah, well,
He was just standing in a corner
Oh,
looking up,
almost.
screaming
I've done
at
that
God.
before.
Where-
I went,
We've all done that, huh?
really? After a really bad day, you haven't been like, why, God? Why? Because I certainly have. I certainly have.
absolutely.
Sidebar: the olive oil maple syrup thing is real.
I don't believe it.
Pour
I don't
equal,
believe it.
all recipes did it, and it says that the first taste is olive oil, so it's like you have to like olive oil, which
I
I
do.
love.
I
Olive
do.
oil. I could just spoon olive oil.
They've got that
into my
olive
mouth.
oil ice cream at
Oh, it's
Josephina's.
good. Josephina's got olive oil.
Oh,
ice
they have
cream.
that at
It's really
Pizzeria
good.
Lola too. That's another viral sensation right now. Is vanilla ice cream with olive oil and sea salt, and I'm like, that's
That's been
been a thing
around.
forever.
Yeah, that's been around.
It's
a long time.
delicious.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just take equal parts olive oil and maple syrup and a pinch of flaky sea salt, and you emulsify with a fork.
With a
With a
fart.
fart?
With a fork, a whisk, or a frother until the ingredients combine into a silky, everything incorporated sauce. It should take about 2 to 3 minutes.
Will sugar and oil emulsify naturally?
Apparently,
Yeah, with this water, but it's
mean,
water.
all
It's a
recipes
water,
are
Butter
in-
and
isn't it?
sugar.
post
Well,
did,
it's
It's
if
water.
it-
It might,
Hmm.
or it might
Oh,
doesn't really emulsify,
good.
but what it gets, it's
Right.
fine enough so that you can.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it
It
does.
becomes a
maybe there's
solution.
maybe there's a surfactant in maple syrup. I just don't know.
yeah.
Well, if you
Because
put, you can get like canola lecithin. Just put a little bit of that in. It'll emulsify.
It-
You can emulsify
don't need it.
anything.
You
I'm
don't
going to
need
do
it.
this. I'm going to do this, and I will report back either tomorrow or next week.
Okay.
I'm going to
Alright
do it
then.
because it's some people are like, it doesn't taste like caramel. It tastes like sweet olive oil, and
That's because that's what it
Oh,
is.
yeah.
first
What's
tastes
on
like
it?
it first tastes like olive oil, and then it tastes
like
kind
olive.
of like caramel, and what. So I'm going to do it, and I'm going to try it because
Oh.
I love
All of these ingredients.
olive oil
Mhm.
and maple syrup. I could
Yeah.
just pour both directly into my mouth and be happy.
Yeah.
So
I
Yeah.
agree.
I'll
Couldn't
report
you just-
back.
You could just pour olive oil or maple syrup into a very hot pan and get actual caramel.
That's true.
Caramelize it.
So they make those
Could,
little.
but this, I don't know. I want to
crispy
try it
things.
because delicious.
Well,
Mhm.
maple syrup is caramelized a little bit.
yeah,
as
it
you
is.
It's got
cook
caramel
it,
color.
as you cook it down.
That's
They
Yeah,
cook
it
it
might
for
be a little
like
caramel-
days and
a
days.
very
yeah.
long, low and slow.
Yep, they low and slow that stuff
Well,
for days.
And we have tried to make, because Fawn has a book, a Laura Ingalls Wilder
Oh,
book.
that was my favorite.
It's
growing
great.
up.
It's fantastic.
Mhm.
And they talk about making maple candy. And you just pour maple syrup into snow, and then
Mhm.
you kind of like turn it over in the snow. And then it turns into
That's before toxic snow.
toxic
Yeah.
snow. And then it turns
Before
into kind
toxic.
of like a little chewy candy, which we have tried multiple times and it has never worked.
It doesn't work.
You have to boil the sugar. You have to boil it down to a higher specific gravity before you can do that. Just so it can turn. So you boil it down. So what happens is you boil maple syrup down to a certain specific gravity.
You got to make
At
a
that point-
reduction sauce.
At that point, it's stable and it doesn't crystallize when you have it in the refrigerator. But if you continue to boil it down further than that, then you get more and more into like a caramel stage. It's a bit like just making candy. There's hardball,
Mhm.
crack, hard crack,
Fudge.
soft crack,
Yeah.
softball, all those sort of things. So what you do is you have to boil it down to a certain thing. At one point, you pour it in the snow, it'll be like a caramel, and the next one, it actually turns into a sugar cake.
Oh.
So that was something they would do. I remember in Pennsylvania they would do that. When they would do that, you go to the place where you buy maple syrup, but then it also have these candies that they made in the snow.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, Fawn has tried it a few times, and I'm like, maybe it just needs to be like
There you
really, really cold.
Well, yeah,
So
there's
it'll kind
different
of
kinds of
freeze.
snow too.
Yeah, and I'm like, it can't be
there's
the
that
fluffy
hard
snow.
There's the fluffy snow.
I'm like, I think it
Ask-
needs to be the really cold, hard snow because
Ask
then
the
it'll kind of
Alaskans.
freeze.
There's like 50 different kinds of snow.
There's
I don't
a
know.
lot.
We probably get more kinds of snow than anywhere else with our crazy weather. It'll be 70 one day and 0 the next.
Yeah,
You get all
Maybe I'll-
sorts of fun stuff going on then.
maybe I'll take a video of me trying to make this olive oil
There you
syrup,
go.
and we'll see.
Mm.
Another viral thing that I wanted to try is you take, and it's really apparently really good for children and like toddlers. You take an egg, a raw egg, and you put it in your freezer, and you wait until it's completely frozen, and then you crack it and open the egg, and you
Sure.
slice it like you would a hard-boiled egg, but then you put it in a pan, like each of the little
Yeah.
slices into a pan, and then it makes like tiny
That
little
makes sense.
Fried eggs.
Fried eggs.
Yeah, basically little hard boiled egg things.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know
But
what
they're
you'd never
fried, so
do?
they're not as crumbly as a hard-boiled egg. Because like toddlers and hard-boiled eggs can get real messy because the yolk gets so
Yes.
crumbly.
Anything
Yes,
with
yes.
toddlers
Just
gets messy.
literally anything. But it's just like a tiny little fried egg disc, and you can. And it's not as messy apparently.
Yeah.
Who
Another
has the
thing I wanna
time
try.
to do all of this?
Yeah,
stuff?
that's
I don't
that's
I
a
don't
little
know.
bit much.
Well, I don't know. That
a
sounds
little
easier
bit
than
much.
hard
I was
boiling
saying-
an egg.
I would. Yeah, it's the same time as hard-boiling an egg,
But
Is
it's not
it?
the
or
same time.
less.
But it's not the
actually.
same time as freezing it or frying an egg. Just take an egg and fry it.
No.
You crack the egg, you fry it, and
Well,
you
because
cook
if you
it.
have a little kid working on fine motor skills and like just
Yeah,
wants to eat
I
little
suppose.
bits,
Then
I
you
mean,
cut
I
that
could
egg
see
up.
my kids would think that that was fun.
Okay,
Sure.
well,
You
it's
know,
fun.
kids
thing.
like a
Kids would
little.
It's a
definitely
fun
think
thing.
it's
It's an
fun.
art project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't
And
know. Me,
sometimes-
I would put the egg in the freezer and
forget
forget all
about it
about it.
for-
And then next
Yep.
year when I clean out the freezer, I'd be, what the hell's this egg doing in
Yep.
here?
Why is there an egg in
Why?
the freezer?
What am I crazy? I'm
Yeah.
putting eggs in the freezer now?
I know. I would definitely do that as well. But I don't know. I'm like, I want to try that too to see if it's actually good. Because my kids like eggs in most ways.
Yes.
Fawn really likes a runny egg though.
Good for her. Best
Why,
way.
'cause the
Just
toast?
Absolutely.
Dip
the
a
best
little,
way.
yeah, dip a little toast in there. Yum,
Dunk it in there.
yum, yum, yum.
Oh, I grilled a baguette and then put olive oil and Parmesan on the baguette. And then I made a fried egg the other day.
It just
Like a lot of olive oil on
I'm
the
hungry
baguette.
for a breakfast sandwich.
Delicious.
Well, we've only got like 5 minutes
I know,
left.
but
so-
it's breakfast sandwich time is over.
It is.
They won't have any
They
anymore.
don't serve them after
Someplace that-
10.
I thought breakfast went
downstairs.
on 24 hours a day at some
Yeah,
place.
if you went to like Caribou or something, but they're not very good.
No, they're not very good. No.
Oh, they're
We
not?
went to a
Nor our Starbucks.
Brugger's the other day.
Mhm.
Sage had swimming lessons, and I was like, "Oh, there's a Brugger's near there. We'll stop and get Brugger's before swimming lessons, and that will be our breakfast." There was a sign on the window that said, "We're very understaffed today. Orders are taking longer than usual. We appreciate your patience." There were probably 20 people in the Brugger's just standing there on their phones waiting for their
Need that
order.
bagel.
And so Dan and I were like, never mind,
Mhm.
we're not doing this.
No.
But then there was a Caribou right there. It was one of those where it's like a Brugger's on one side and a Caribou on the other. And they got breakfast sandwiches from Caribou. And I was like, I don't want to eat this because it's not good. Not that Brugger's is that great either, but
Yeah, every so often
Used to
we're
be
like,
okay.
we'll be in Golden Valley, like going to the bank or something. And we'll be like, yeah, let's pick up Culver's. And then we see there's like 20 cars in line. And we're like,
People-
no, I'm not going to do that. Why? Imagine being the 20th person to get in that line. It's
Well,
like,
but
how
they're-
badly do you want
but they're
Culver's?
making it fresh.
You sure are. But you could do that at home
I don't know.
faster.
Dan loves Culver's,
I mean,
but only
Culver's
one
is good,
specific
but
Culver's. He loves. If you ever want Dan to just go on and on about something, go. How do you feel about the Culver's on Nicolette in Bloomington?
that
And he
specific
will.
one.
Yes.
It's very clean, apparently,
Yeah. They
Hmm,
decorate it for holidays.
Well,
which you don't usually see.
They
well, you used to.
the food is always good. He will just go on and on. It's-
Flowers on
Everybody
the
always-
table.
There's flowers,
Flowers
on
on the
every
table.
table.
Everybody
He's
knows
like,
your
they
name,
take
and they're always
pride.
glad you came.
They take pride in their business. They really clearly vet who works there because they're always really great employee. I'm like, okay, are you the oldest man in the world?
Did we go to a Chick-fil-A, or we went to some place when we were driving home from Florida, and we
Yeah, it
were
was
very
Chick-fil-A.
impressed with the staff.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A.
Because there was a manager out there was a long line, and they were coming out and apologizing for the wait, and oh my god,
try to get it on
blah, blah, blah.
Sundays.
Yeah, they
No,
were very
you can't get it on Sundays, and I love the
don't-
fact they have one at the stadium in Atlanta, and
Yeah.
it's never open on Sunday.
Yeah.
And don't be gay and go there.
No, you can't be
that's
gay
not
and go.
true.
That's
That's
They'll
not
not
take
true.
your money no matter who you
Simply
are.
not
I'm
true.
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Why
There's
did that come up?
They're very religious, and so there are a lot of gay people that won't go to Chick-fil-A.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not allowed to be religious?
No, they're like they're the people that own Chick-fil-A are very
Yeah.
anti-gay.
They are?
No,
I
they
never
aren't.
heard
No, they
that.
aren't. No, that's not true.
That's not
no,
what
that's
I
not
heard.
true. That's
I don't know.
that's what's promulgated in the press.
Andy,
But
look
that's
it up.
simply not true. Now, there are some religious groups do believe that being gay has some stigma to it, but people that they own that, they've never said that. They've never have any policy in that regard. And I don't know what the church they go to, but you can't extrapolate from that to that. And
No,
they have
I've
they have gay employees. They serve gay people. They have no issue with this.
I don't know. I've just
What do you got,
people-
Andy?
gay people
Well,
won't go
unfortunately,
there. Some people.
everything's politicized, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
if
It
people
is
are
true.
religious, they just assume that you're a certain way, and that's just how it is. It's in our
That's right.
society now. I don't know anything about what
I
they've
don't.
said specifically.
And there are other religions that might be a little bit harsher toward
Yeah.
people alternate choices.
Yeah.
So what'd you find out, Andy?
Basically, they used to donate to organizations that some people have said are, hate groups, but the Southern Poverty Law Center calls everything they don't like a hate group, so it's kind of hard to get the actual
There is that.
truth.
Yeah, so that's getting truth from anybody. Well, this morning,
There you go.
and this is not political at all. I just was trying to watch the news this morning, and I learned this morning, just before I left for work, because I was up all night because of the thunder anyway, the sons of bitches.
Thunder.
But in any case, I learned today that Kamala Harris has such a big lead, she doesn't have to worry about it. And then 5 minutes later, I heard that Donald Trump has such a big lead, he doesn't even have to worry about it.
Oh,
So
my word.
Depends on who you ask.
you can't find the truth anywhere anymore.
It depends on who you ask.
Yeah, it depends on who you ask. That's exactly right. But they
true.
both have such big leads, they can't be beat, which is
They
going to be difficult.
Sure are going after RFJK. What's his name?
RFK Jr.
LMNOP.
Yeah.
Bobby.
QRS.
He's known as Bobby.
Bobby. They're going after him.
Why?
Why?
Oh, they've dredged up the fact that he did some sort of drug in college. This is 45 years ago.
I know,
Nobody
it's
does
insane.
that.
People
Nobody
in
does
college
drugs
that
in
do
college.
drugs? Who ever heard of that?
Shocking.
That he sold some drugs, and yeah, I mean it's like and they're just going to go after him now.
Yep.
That's what they do.
Well, as soon as
Didn't
they,
he bow out?
yeah, he's
He
not in the
endorsed
race
Trump
anymore.
though, so they're going to murder him.
Yeah, as
if
soon
they
as he
can.
endorsed Trump, they started reposting like 12-year-old articles about him.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
doesn't. Yeah, he said, I don't. The Democratic Party is it's lost on me. I don't understand this mandates for vaccinations and foods, and I mean, he's just like, I just
Because
don't believe in
Donald
a
Trump
lot of what
and-
they're saying. So anyway, so he's endorsed
never-
him. I don't, whatever his decisions are,
Yeah.
but so now he's, the devil.
sure.
So, there we go.
This election will be based on hatred.
It
not
will.
on
There's-
policy.
You're absolutely right.
I think I know people get mad at me for saying this, but I don't think I'm going to vote.
Well, that's fine.
I
You have
can't do
every
it.
right
I
to not
can't-
Well,
vote.
it doesn't matter in Minnesota
It
anyway.
doesn't. And yeah, my vote doesn't count really in Minnesota. And
No.
I just can't.
I'm going to vote for June Cleaver. What do you think?
Dan said I should write him in.
Right in, Dan.
Why
Yes,
not?
exactly. Sage, you know who June Cleaver is?
No.
No,
You ever see the show Leave It to Beaver?
no.
June Cleaver is the mother of Beaver.
The beef.
The Beav.
I wonder
Who's
when
called the
she
beef?
died. Let's see.
Oh, June Cleaver's probably
You-
been dead for a while. Yes.
Sage
Like
would actually
100
probably like
years.
that show.
He probably would like.
Oh, Sage, you would love Leave It
About
to
it.
Beaver. It's a
Yeah.
great
Kind of
show.
like the beef.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
And that
June
show,
Cleaver.
I think we had watched some with Fawn or something.
Down in Florida.
And we were like, these kids are just running all over the place. They
Yep.
can just do whatever they
Yeah.
want because the world was different
The
back
world
then.
was different. It was safer then.
Barbara Billingsley was alive until 2010.
Oh, she's been dead for 14 years.
Yeah, she was 94 though, so pretty good run.
That's pretty good. We had her on the show a couple times at the
And
Q.
who was the dad? Who was the actor?
Ward.
Yeah, but who was the actor?
Hugh Beaumont.
Hugh Beaumont.
Ward. Don't be
Ward.
so hard on them.
Yeah, that's
beef.
exactly
Boy.
right.
Yeah, my favorite is I think it's the very first episode where Beaver's like climbed a tree and he doesn't want to come down,
Yes.
and the family's there like, "Come down, Beaver, come down."
He's in a coffee cup on a billboard, and there's smoke coming out of like steam coming out of a coffee cup.
Yeah, and they're trying to get him down.
Yep.
And Beaver goes, "No, if I come down, you'll pound me." And Ward goes, "You're darn right. No, I wouldn't do anything like
You
that."
see there are other
Yeah, because there was
people
like a
behind him.
news crew or something there.
Oh, but
You're darn
those
right.
those writers must have been in tears because that stuff went right past the
Sure.
the
Mhm.
censors.
Selective.
Sagey, watch a couple episodes of Leave It to Beaver and tell me what you think.
How does one
I think
watch?
you'll love it.
Well,
I'm turning
you
on
and Nana are
Nickelodeon.
going to bring me home today, so.
Oh, that's right. So I'm babysitting the kids for how many hours today?
I'm
Half
going
the
to
day.
be there.
Oh, I thought I was going to be there by myself.
No.
No.
Well, if you want to be,
I forgot to tell you that Nana
I
was
could go get a
watching
pedicure.
us too.
So
Yeah. Right.
Nana, Bop Bop, you, and Fawny.
Yep.
Yes, and
Okay.
we're going to watch the
Leave it to
Beaver Show.
The
We can watch Leave It to
Beaver.
Beaver. Yeah, we can watch Leave It to
You
Beaver.
don't
watch
if you
Angry
want.
Beavers?
Show about beaver. Angry
Beavers.
beavers.
All right. Any closing words from anybody?
Yeah,
Oh,
summer.
here comes
Fawn
Fawn.
for
Summer
closing
vacation
words.
is winding down.
Fawny here with closing words.
Boom shbalooby.
Bone Spalooby.
We
That's
like
what
to
I was
make
going
up
to
the-
say.
we always
Bada
name-
bada bossy, no 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 lossy.
Yeah.
Boy, look at the time. We'd love to stick around.
Yeah,
hungry.
Ethan's getting into that age where he's like making up words.
Okay,
now
we're going
just
to-
for fun.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah. He'll be mad at you, but he doesn't really have the words to say anything about it.
Boy,
So
it's
he'll be
frustrating.
like, "You are a spooby."
You're
It's
a
like-
Oh, you're not
Spooby.
swearing in
Okay.
front of Ethan?
We're trying our best not to,
Oh,
because every time we do, he picks right up on it.
oh
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
I was teasing him
Oh,
at the pool on Sunday, and he said, "Bop Bop, don't do that."
There you go.
Dude.
Good job.
All right, that'll be it. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
No, the house.
Got a picture in my pocket, reminds me of the slows before. Every time I hear the sing, reminds me how you talking my